Hi, I'm Willie. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And what we're going to look at in this video is I don't even know how Grandstream does it, but the UCM just keeps getting better and better and better. So there's a beta firmware out and it has a ton of changes, bug fixes. Let's take a look at it. So here is the release notes for 1.0.29.11. And it is for all of the currently supported UCM devices. And look at some of these enhancements. So newer factory reset UCMs will be inoperable until new login credentials are set up during initial setup. So they're forcing you to change that admin username and password. By default, SSH, SFTP, any other feature or service not actively in use is going to be disabled. They have really started to put some more teeth into security. Updated the strong password requirements. Updated, that was for user passwords and SIP registration. They updated strong password requirements for voicemail groups. Added support for geo IP access control. So we'll have to take a look at that. But it looks like they've got geo blocking now built into the firmware. Fail to ban, SYN flood defense, and ping defense are now enabled by default. Let's see here. They made some changes to the backups. Made some changes to the CDR. Look at this. Added call billing support. They made some emergency calling changes, which we'll take a look at. They added a call policy tab to the extensions. Just the list just goes on and on and on and on. This is another big one. Added Microsoft Entra ID Azure Active Directory support, allowing for single sign-on. Based on Microsoft user information and linking existing SIP extensions to Microsoft users. Added Windows Active Directory support, allowing the UCM to retrieve contacts and sync them to its own LDAP phone book. Typically, we used LDAP for that, but now it has Active Directory. The IVR has added support for webhooks. The list just goes on and on and on of all the new things. So if you're looking for something that you submitted, try looking through these. I'll leave a link to this down below. We are going to just log into my system here and take a look at just a few of these. Okay, so now that we are logged in, we're going to go to, and they've made the menu, they've broken the menus down over the last couple releases. And I kind of like the new organization. So under emergency calls for emergency location mapping, we can now do it by network, and we can do it by extensions, and we can put that extraneous location information in there that can be passed off to E911. So we might try this and see if 933 picks it up as well. Under integrations, this is now where Microsoft Entra ID is. So we can cancel that. I'm going to have to set up an Entra demo so we can do that. And then here's Windows Active Directory. Some of these other things. Those were the two big things that I saw right away, were the Azure and the Active Directory, and then the emergency calling. But let's take a look at this extensions. Added call policy tab. So if we come back over here in extensions and we edit this, here's the call policy. So they must have renamed this, because this is, and then down here at the bottom is call number handling policy. Call policy priority. Call number handling policy takes priority over call forwarding and do not disturb settings on current online status. So anything you add down here is going to override this up here. File manager, user can now store video recordings in GDMS Cloud. They've added the ability to customize the permissions of each API user. So if you're using the API, it just got a little bit better. Let's see what else. All kinds of meeting updates. Let's take a look. There was that one. There was something under security. Geo. The Geo IP. So let's see here. System settings. Security settings. Here it is, Geo IP access control. So we can block these different regions or countries from being able to connect to us via SIP or be able to connect to the web interface. So this is fantastic. And then it must have a place here where we've got to update the IP list. I ran into this just last week where we were using Geo IP blocking manually, and some IPs got moved, and then people couldn't connect with legitimate IPs. And so you always need to make sure you're keeping this list up to date. Let's see what else we've got. Some stuff under AMI. Announcement Setter added a call privileges field where users can select the calling privilege level of the announcement center. That's interesting. There are just so many things. You can now toggle live chat on or off, which I didn't even know that wasn't a thing until now. Paging added the first answer termination option. If enabled, as soon as one recipient answers a page, it will be ended for all other recipients. Paging added live broadcasting functionality to the multicast paging type. Users are now able to set up background sound to make impromptu announcements while the page is ongoing. Let's see here if we can find. And you know what? When you can't find it, you can go up here and hit the little search. Paging. Let's see here. Paging intercom. Boy, I don't know why you didn't see that. Multicast community scheduled. I'm going to have to figure out where that is at. Added live multicast paging type. Test. One-way paging. 100. We can do video broadcast. Interesting. Here's that first answer termination. We'll just add all of the extensions. And we'll save that. Let's see if it's right there under the scheduled paging or the... I may have to figure out exactly where that is at. Multicast paging type. Okay, so scheduled paging, intercom. Let's see. Multicast. Background sound. Here we go. So we can do background sounds, multimedia audio format. Tells us what we're doing here. But we can do this background sound. Interesting. So all kinds of enhancements to the system. Property management has gotten an update. The queuing has gotten a huge update. We can now do lease cost routing. So carrier call rates and lease cost routing. You could always do it manually before, but now it appears that we have another way to do it. Let's see here. We're going to have to dig into that. Figure out where that's at. Probably outbound routes, I would imagine. Somewhere. Yeah, if least cost routing is selected as an outbound route, the destination number will be matched according to the table below. So you set up all of your carriers here and their trunks, and then on the outbound route, you would select the least cost routing here somewhere. Not 100% sure yet. I just saw this. Oh yeah, look at this. Don't call me blacklist. So we'll have to get this set up, and we'll have to play with this for sure and get that working. But there's so many enhancements, so many I just can't believe how many enhancements there are. I'm sorry, it's a lot. And then there's a ton of bug fixes as well. So if you have a beta system and you can try this out, I definitely recommend trying it on a beta system. We've seen where these go to beta, they get some changes, it gets updated, and then it gets released. So, but typically once it gets released to beta, it doesn't stick around in beta too long. I did see one, I think the last release was there for like 60 days or something like that. This one could be there maybe that long. I don't know. But if you're running this, let me know down below. Or reach out. Let me know what you think. Let me know down below what you think. If you are still running like legacy PBXs like a Mitel, ShoreTel, or all that, why are you not looking at Grandstream? It's going to be supported for a long time, and they keep adding features that you don't have to pay licenses for. So enough about that. If you want to know more, you can reach out, but give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to me on Twitter and TikTok. Those links are down below. Make sure you share this video and that you are subscribed here as well. And if you have any questions, comments, whatever, you can leave them down below. If you need IT consulting, if you need to get off of your current PBX because it no longer has support or it has bad support, and you want to move to Grandstream or another provider, head on over to williehowe.com, fill out the contact form that's on the front page, and someone will be in touch with you as soon as possible. If you want to talk about all of the awesome things in this release, I just can't believe that they just keep adding so many awesome features to the software, and there's no charge. There's no charge. If you want to talk about that, head on over to community.williehowe.com. And once again, I'm Willie. I want to thank you for being here, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.